We are so glad to see everybody out tonight. It's turned out to be a beautiful night and a great night for some honoring some people and to listen to some great music. We'll start out by introducing ourselves. We're Robert and Gail Davies. We're the chairman of Fiesta Days this year. And this is Mike and Kim Olson, and they are the past chair. And Mike and Angie Clayson are the co-chair this year. And we are so thankful for everybody supporting all the activities and everything that's been going on all week. And hope you've had a great time with all the events that you've went to. We want to thank Legacy House. They are the sponsor for this event tonight, and we're grateful for them. We want to also recognize our Grand Marshals, Leonard and Laura Ellis. And while we're talking about Leonard and Laura, if you'll come up here for just a minute. There is an anonymous veteran in our town who makes this little plaque with this flag whenever a veteran is honored in any way. And so whoever that is has given that to Leonard tonight to thank him for his service. The next, one of the other reasons we're here tonight is this is the second year the Fiesta Days Committee has had a Pioneer Spirit Award. And as a committee, we think about people that are in our neighborhoods and come into businesses or wherever they're at and try to think of someone in our community that is very deserving of this Pioneer Heritage Award. And it is given to someone who shows their pioneer spirit today. And this year we have chosen Mark McKell. And Mark is a very young 98 years old. And he will be 99 in September. And Mark, stand up, Mark. Mark loves Fiesta Days. He's to many of the events. Grab a chair for him as he comes up. You bet. He told me he doesn't really need that cane. He just takes it with him to beat the dogs off when he's walking. Mark walks a mile a day, weather permitting. When Mark comes into my office, we can hear him coming because he's a whistling and almost skipping, and I can hear him up the alleyway. So we always know when Mark is showing up, and he always has a story to tell when he gets there. Anyway, the committee is so honored to have Mark get this Pioneer Spirit Award, and we would like to present you with this.
Oh my goodness!
With this plaque. And if you want, we'll take it back down there for you so you don't drop it.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Can we put it in this box for you? Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, I'll just...
Well, thank you. Then
And
I'll go back.
no, you just
you're
stay
welcome.
right here. Mark, if you don't know Mark, you need to get to know him because he is awesome. And after the program's over tonight, Costco has donated some cake, and Mark would love anyone who wants to stay and visit with him for a little while and get to know him to stay and hang around for a little bit. And you will not be sorry if you visit with Mark for a few minutes. And he also asked me if he could have a few minutes, and so we're going to turn about 5 minutes over to Mark and for you guys to listen to.
Yeah. I think I will sit down. Anyway, I have two great-grandfathers and one grandfather that all three of them came across the plains. Now, I didn't come across myself, so don't, even though I'm older. But anyway, they settled here in Spanish Fork, and they were the ones that helped they settled in Salt Lake after 2 years crossing the plains, and then they ended up here in Palmyra, and then they moved from Palmyra up into Spanish Fork. And so it used to be that I was related to almost everyone in Spanish Fork. I guess I shouldn't tell this, but my son Ken, he used to say, I think I'll go out with this girl. And then I said, no, she's your relative. I think I'll go out with this one. No, she's your relative. So about way back when he was dating, I guess about half the town was related to us. Anyway, I've been reading, I don't want to take too much time now. I've been reading about my great-grandfather, Robert McKell. When he arrived here in Spanish Fork, their oldest son was named Robert McKell, and he was born in a dugout there on First North and Main Street, where the city drug used to be. So I've been reading a history about my great-grandparents, and I just feel so grateful. And I want to express appreciation to the Davies here and the rest of the committee. They've been so nice. When they came to my home to see me, I didn't know what they were there for, and they didn't tell me even when they left. It's just the council member Beck. And so anyway, I'm happy to have this honor. And some of my family are here from California and Salt Lake City. They're sitting all over here, and if they have to leave early, it's because some of those 6-foot boys have jobs, and they have to leave. So anyway, I don't want to take any more time, but I can see there my grandson, Mark McHale, over here. Got a lot of stories to tell about him. So thanks.
Thank you, Mark. Another thing about Mark, I don't know if any of you, if you didn't read in your magazine that you got from the city, when Mark was in his early 80s, he decided he wanted to learn how to play the organ. So he signed up and took organ lessons, and if you want a real treat, he would not turn you away if you knocked on his door, and he'd play you a few songs.